Well, let's head over to Sochi now, where athletes are entering the final weekend of competition before the closing ceremony on Sunday. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, shall we? The U.S. leads with the medal count with 27. Russia is just one behind with 26 medals, followed by Canada, Norway, the Netherlands, and Germany. Now, the talk of the town today is all about the semifinals of men's ice hockey. The U.S. took on Canada, hoping to have a better outcome than the U.S. women's hockey team. I was joined earlier by RT's Richard Van Poortvliet, live from Sochi. He filled us in on the latest in the U.S.-Canada hockey's match.
Well, unfortunately, it was a double disappointment, really, for the United States against Canada over the last 2 days. Canada losing out to their bitter rivals from North America 1-0 in the men's semi-final. That came hot on the heels of losing the American women losing to Canada's women 3-2 in overtime. That's the second time, obviously, that the United States has lost to Canada in the women's section after losing, of course, in Vancouver in 2010. And the same for the men as well. They, of course, lost in Vancouver as well, 3-2. Sidney Crosby goal in overtime, giving the Canadians that famous victory 4 years ago. And unfortunately for the Americans, well, they had a much vaunted offense coming into this tie with the Canadians. 20 goals in 4 games, but unfortunately they just couldn't solve the Canadian netminder Carey Price of the Montreal Canadiens, who stopped 31 shots for a shutout. The Americans just weren't able to generate the offense that they had managed to in the previous 4 matches, and one goal was good enough for Canada in the end, scored by Jamie Benn of the Dallas Stars as he deflected a shot past Quick to give Canada the all-important victory. So the United States, they'll play off against Finland for the bronze medal, while Canada move through to the final. Well, they'll play Sweden, who won gold in 2006.
It is another bitter loss for the U.S. I know, I'm just being a hockey fan myself. But what other events were handed out today, and which medals were actually given out?
Well, it was a great success for the United States in the women's slalom as Mikaela Shiffrin won gold, the second gold for America in alpine skiing so far. But Shiffrin, only 18 years of age, but she left the field in her wake, really, to claim that gold medal for the United States. Also, the U.S. claimed a silver in the men's 5,000-meter short track relay, losing out to the eventual winners, Russia. And it really was a great day for the Russians in the short track speed skating, led by Victor An, the South Korean, who turned to compete for Russia 2 years ago. Victor An going on to win the 500 meters to claim yet another gold medal for his adopted country, and then just literally about half an hour later helped Russia hold off the United States to claim gold in that 5,000 meters relay. And also there was delight for Ukraine. Well, obviously the country's been in the midst of a political crisis, which has really affected some of the athletes who have decided to return home. But ones that did stay, they managed to claim their first gold of the Sochi Olympics in the women's biathlon 4x6 relay.
Now, we saw a really impressive opening ceremony. Any hints about what the closing ceremony will look like?
Yeah, well, obviously the actual closing ceremony has been kept under wraps. It's very secretive. Nothing's been given away about what actually might happen. But I do have one piece of information that Julie Chu, the women's ice hockey player who's just completed her 4th Olympics, she will be carrying the flag for the United States at the closing ceremony. Chu, well, she has a degree from Harvard, so obviously very well educated, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to add a gold medal to her impressive career, which will end with 3 silver medals and 1 bronze.
RT's Richard Van Poortvliet in Sochi, Russia. Thank you so much.